Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job, then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
Young penny for who baby say, if you are seeing her, will be in my check. Why not HO? So we'll pay IT, we the 1 year, so we'll pay support. Slam Technology say your number one partner. Your office will US in here, your office will Ghana, so ye, your numbers need go. So we should share IT classes, we share career coaching, we share support for business, cybersecurity. Free, na your partner. Your back fear wow. Slam Technologies, transformation with excellence. Free is here, baby,
All right, Ebusafoma Akwaba, SVTV Africa, social live on SVTV Africa. We mobi Akwaba. You from DJ Nyame, making sure so better subscribe, share for a drink, bra. Unim said, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, dear. And then Friday. Fridays beyond about 5:30 to 7. I'm in a lawyer wisdom, Akao, wise man solicitors. And everybody come on, I say, you can come on. Everybody, I say, share link, very important. And then, make I say, you better phone in. You better be lines and no for lawyer. Who you care for a lawyer? Who question your best obisana ask lawyer. Bisano. Whether doku semo, whatever best obisano because yanum for so omenia brepa. Intermediate. Make a so make a choice say, and you fear and panic, but rather no see look sharp. And can in the last minute, no. Start to look sharp to nyama papa. The air coin some air carpenter Kenya ninya and up ye doku. Or dokua. This wahala you know the inside. But if you no get doku, hey matade. Enti mini lawyer wisdom akao eba bedin komo share live way. Me the TikTok beka on make live on TikTok. Maybe a line so na money lawyer kasa share ma unu ebi. See share I had the information. If you had there, to share never bobi. Obi the workers of me nti o minimo. And then see one money edit any omo. First batch bang one amo. Lawyer be more akwa bako there. Fantastic. Me who ya pa lawyer wisdom akao or being full champion lawyer. Who ya heavy pa?
I beg.
Lawyer wisdom akao. Who ya heavy pa? Iti once you train lawyer no you have say lawyer wisdom akao you train no maybe a phone line is service now my be phrases here. Lawyer be my update be me we are na send you can last week say and then no more questioner mumbisa no questions and answers. Who questioner bisano. Inti and then be atum problem be a ufem bia we and yes we bisano question obi be hu say una obisano bisano de opesa obisano obey wano but save na way and phrases here say ofra kele pale no answer don't call right now beg me be to what is me say frere obetimi afre lawyer and then go straight na me be phone line na sure course the be do so straight na and then UK must first batch be mo dem mran de bia mo de bibi ba ho am na mo detain o mo am na mo achi o mo must den and house to house for no na esientie
DJ without say begin say who here there
me ho ye
begin say obia so who here at you for good evening and happy Friday. The week is gone very fast. The radio say DJ when you say krum ha there you need written constitution into your sorry no pa near by it na just you come parliament near just yeah, just any 2 hours we are that's all near Sesano. We don't waste time
Ah,
at all.
nti mo hono omo di mi wi a no mo come adwen.
Oh,
Omo di
Dave.
mi
And
no mo
yes,
ko
sir.
tena
And
no
yes, sir.
omo no mo ti ni ade no mo ke come adwen na ya pass.
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. Near Cosino and then my way who's Samrano. Near Cosino and then my almost as a Samrano. Over the car said tenants and a trail landlords, Nyansa, and the system no, and I actually a chrono for no, a drain and Nyansa, idea somewhere. So the changes are every day, every week, every month, every time there's some, especially with immigration. There are some laws in land law, in equity law, in contract laws. They have been there for many, many years. But when it comes to immigration, just say almost every time, every season. And then so a few things. When you say be more on radio so and a TV so, but people who are now saying Prime Minister, any French Prime Minister, so what do you call him? Prime Minister of Prime Minister and French President Macron. Yeah, Prime Minister and the French President Macron. They came to some agreements. A friend, 1 in, 1 out asylum policy. 1 in, 1 out asylum policy. Now, briefly, my memo some figures. DJ Usha in June 2025, over 25,000 people came on the small boat.
Abba, edoso.
By June by June 2025, that's from January to June 2025. That is just half of the year. Over 25,000 people came by the small boat. Now, Bisawon said, assuming you are the prime minister of this country, okay, you have your own country or you are prime minister of this country. Now, within 6 months, you have 25,000 people trooping in only half of the year. What would you do? That is something for us to take note of. And I see at the end of June 2024, we had 224,742 asylum cases, including those awaiting the initial decision, appeals, or removals. That is June 2024. That is exactly a year ago. We had 224,000 people, 224,742 cases, including those awaiting an initial decision, appeals, and removals in this country. Now, when the Montana government they believe that they have to do something particularly about the asylum cases. Now, further details actually say cases awaiting an initial decision. As at the end of March 2025, there were 78,745 cases relating to 109,536 people that were awaiting an initial decision. So out of 109,536, 78,445 were awaiting decision. This backlog has decreased significantly, down by 41% from the peak of 134,046 cases in June 2023. So from 2023 to 2024, there's been some adjustments, some decrease, but as we are speaking, the numbers have gone high again. And if you look at all of this, the government wants to do something about particularly asylum seekers. And young Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the French President Macron came into an agreement. Bibi friend 1 in, 1 out asylum policy. Now, this is what it is. Under this deal, migrants who arrive in the UK by small boats can be immediately detained. In other words, so we a migrant, ubedu krom ha by the small boat, with the small boat nearby, as soon as upiepe, you can be detained. So under this deal or this scheme, migrants who arrive in the UK by small boats can be detained, immediately detained, and sent back to France if their asylum claims are not admissible. So, we will be with whatever country who secure asylum, with the small boat nearby, who go for Libya, went to another country, you join the small boat, Ubeduha, and you claim asylum, they will quickly process you. If your claim is not accepted, you will be returned to France. That is what it is. So you'll be returned back to France if your asylum claims are not admissible. In return, that is one out. UK will send one out. And then UK will take one in. In return, the UK will let in one asylum seeker from France for each person returned, not only through a safe legal process, but only through a safe and legal process. That is it. But only through a safe legal process. So I mean, summarize it. So with the small boat nearby, you'll be detained in a detention center. Process you. If your asylum claim is not accepted, you'll be taken back to France. Now, you do up here. UK will take one person from France. They have processed them and they think that they are legitimate asylum seekers. No, they will accept person whose asylum claim has been accepted. They will take them in. That is what it is. One asylum seeker from France for each person they return, but only through a safe and a legal process. How the policy works: detention on arrival. See, adult migrants arriving via small boats are detained at an immigration removal center and they are held until they return them to France. I wouldn't encourage any Ghanaian to come to this route because it's going to be very bad for you. They'll keep you in a detention center and then they'll take you back to France. Now, France may not keep you there. They may also try to find you a way of sending you back to Bibia Ufi Eba. Now, reciprocal arrangement, that is, I've just summarized it. For every person returned, the UK allows one person to come from France through a legal route based on family ties or other eligibility criteria. Pilot details and timing. The scheme began right after ratification in early August 2025, until the scheme has started, with detentions already underway. Its initial setup as a pilot scheme until June 2026, with monthly reviews to decide whether to extend or expand. So the initial stages have started up until June 2026. It means that within this period, a pilot scheme, almost just say, how is it working? Is it going to reduce number of people who are coming to the UK through this asylum route or not? They are going to assess it and go on from there. Now, scale and impact so far. The early phase aims to return about 50 arrivals per week. They aim to send about 50 people back to France every week. Every week, 50 people. At least 50 people. Through the exact figures, though the exact figures are not fixed and may grow larger, almost 50. I will not be surprised if they send 200 people. That is what they are saying, almost 50. But I would not be surprised if 100 people, 200 people are sent back by virtue of this agreement. Now, people are criticizing this because this only covers a small portion of the total arrivals. Almost say, go back to France. It's only a small portion of the number of people who are coming. 50 people in a week is nothing compared to the number of people who come here in a week. If 200, 300, 400, 500 people are coming in a week and you are only returning 50 people, the critics are saying it's just a drop in the ocean. It is insignificant. So that is what the critics are saying. But what are the supporters saying? The supporters are saying the government presents this as a strategic deterrent designed to undercut people traffickers and illegal crossing networks. The people who support this are saying, yes, it may be a small number of people, but at least it is a stage or it is a process that has been started that would ultimately, I'm sure, grow in number to reduce the people who want to come. In other words, it will deter people. Every man grow from person mobile, because you say, hey, Charlie, me back. It didn't come back and to my macra. So it's going to be a deterrent designed to undercut people traffickers and illegal crossing networks. In other words, is going to be a deterrent and it will help, it will cut down on the bringing of the people to the UK. Now, charity groups and opposition voices say it is morally questionable, legally uncertain, and affects only a small number of people, failing to address the broader problem. No matter what you do, people by all means complain. At least the government is taking some action based on the number of people that are coming in on the small boats. At least the government is trying to address the problem. But people are saying it is only a small number of people that are going back. Now, Obi Bameha, last week, now on only, in fact, this week, on any argument, they say, on TLCS, Omwa Krum ha, Yeni Krata TLC, Nansu ye, to me, ye Jumane tax. Mono, say government, na HM, Secretary of State, no, and at the Home Office, call HMRC, NI contributions and their taxes, into Omo say Omo Krum ha. And because someone names some work romantic, how much me come workplaces na yakwakochium. Omo contributing na yakwakochium. But omo about the small boats no, yeah, mom hotels, yeah, mom driane, yeah, mom financial support. How set omo krum ha, ye juma mom no, ya targetium. Whereas omo the small boats neighbor no, yeah, accommodatium in hotels and giving them support. Or say, ebin mo krom ha mo British citizens omo nda hotel da but asylum seekers no omo di one by they akoto omo di one akoto hotels make maniti say there are different laws, different international rules that govern these things. Who krom ha illegally, there are different rules that apply to you. Obi back to seek asylum on also different laws that apply to them. And to want to me mfa wo ho and to omo ho and want to me mfa omo and to ho. If you are here illegally, the rules apply to you. If the person or the people come to seek asylum, different rules apply to them. So you can't compare these two stages. And non-tina, government is taking action to try to reduce the number of people who are coming in or to deter the number of people who are coming in with the small boats to be in the UK. They want to deter them or reduce the number by one in, one out policy. When them say, oh, back from her, you don't have a good case, your asylum claim will be refused. But asylum Ghana is a safe country. Ghana is not at war. Maybe you're right for internal relocation. Because small boat in the Menya who Ghana Nibia or small boat in the yet. But sir, you have a genuine case, who person claim asylum. Claim asylum, but make sure you have a genuine case with the supporting evidence. And yes, sir, you all be lumped into the same category as asylum seekers near the ACO to a country that you don't desire to go back to. So that is what it is right now. That is for your information. The second thing I'm a person say last week, Mikaya, a idea. Astache and yes, I catch them say, so we will be krum ha buy this health care work visa. Now ubuy no uti baby fufro we rin an open to different place. Money documents with the same address. Money a matrimonial home. Be a papa natural home office. So relationship now break it down. And our natural home office. So relationship now break it down. And our balance divorce. So relationship is over. And based on this, ama problem about now home office can check and a home office but sure the other party said the relationship is over. We've got information so your relationship is broken down, and based on that it's about 60 days, pack your things and go away or find another option to stay in the UK. Now this has created or is creating a lot of problems in the system. This help and care for no Mejidi said the government has seriously regretted for opening or giving this chance for people to come to work in the UK because as someone bibi basa our system. That is for almost separating. My young so together as husband and wife, young divorcee. We are still, as far as the home office is aware, our records say we are still a married couple. Betimi aba ofie eno ne friend spot checks no betimi aba ofie aba hwe say moda so eti together as husband and wife ana and nothing here ka twam say bibi sa wo ho a make sure you have bills jointly or separate bills in the same address so that say obi bo opono first of all say obi bo opono na won expect obi a me no say obi bo me pono me expect obi a obi amfrɛ me sɛ me ba bɛsra wo a ɛnyɛ ade a mebie me pon ɛma obi a menim sɛ when I'm not expecting anybody, I don't open my door. Uba Minchaga, you have my telephone number. Call me and let me know that you are coming. At least I know that you are coming. And ring a bell now. I can let you thank you. I can let you come in. And so expect you be that's a people open one. Advise yourself. So obi baba open one expect you be there is no compulsion. So be with dynamon. That's it. Unless the police have a warrant to come to your house and get through the door, that is a different thing altogether. And Timisremo say Muye awari for Muti together. And I'm say Muti together. Make sure you have bills together, gas, water, electricity, TV license, GP records, insurance documents, health insurance, life insurance, and all the other documents which show that you are together. Please have these things together. Ebe ya kura se we read pictures phones thank you. We read pictures phones pictures on the phones more pictures fear a portrait husband and wife more portrait or banning nema of course wardrobe more drawer more because that is your house, that is your matrimonial home. So be best very important set you keep everything clear and plain set one yet lucky utinye and I would tell ye that's a woman if you are clearly say you have to be polite to them, show them everything, disclose everything, and then you are safe without any difficulties. And this you will have a lot of problems in your own visa or even in your renewal. Yet sometimes Abani Yejuma Ewo, north of England, Unsu Yejuma in the south of England because of rejuvenating. Or no Abia or Newcastle, and wherever it is, Unsu or London working. That is okay, but just make sure that you have your documents in your matrimonial address. Matrimonial address. So say in the bank statement to Chronobet address no online on your phone. You can do that. You put it together, shows that you are together. Gas. Obiba business and a lawyer, yeah, will slot in the gas. We do pay as you go here. That is not a problem. Let your landlord be aware that this is we do pay as you go. Say be your cry. The letter. If your landlord effort to confirm say your rent is inclusive of all the utility bills, so that so be back with their channel. With tenancy agreement no so no mumi no muding and I was so with the tenancy chiro with the bank statement chiro with the BBI trauma, that is fine, and yet problem you will be fine. So let's take notes of that. That is very important. Spot checks. Now, there's something new so me person me the now, BB ewo say from the medium skilled. Now, this is for health and care workers. Now, I say, if your occupation code is a medium skilled job, not care worker or senior care worker, medium skilled job, which is not a care worker or senior care worker, your job is listed as a medium skilled job, your partner and children can only apply as your dependent if you were employed in the UK and on a health and care worker skilled visa before the 22nd of July 2025. If that is the case, then your partner and children can still join you if you are listed as a person on the medium skilled work. Now, may go through the list now. Even hairdressers in a certain category are listed as medium skilled job, and there are some other categories. Next week, I intend to print the list and go through one by one by one. In the medium skilled job category now. If you were on a health and care school route before July 22nd, July 2025, then your partner and children can still join you. Means there's a little change. If your job is listed as medium skilled, your partner and children can only apply as your dependents if you were employed in the UK on a health and care worker visa or skilled worker visa before 22nd July 2025. So, if your job is listed as medium skilled, it's a long list. I haven't printed it. Next week, I will print it. If your job is listed as medium skilled and you were on the health and care visa route before the 22nd of July 2025, you are not able to bring your husband, your wife, or your children. You are able to do so. So there's a little change. Health and care workers from the 11th of March 2024. But there's a little change here, which says if your job is listed as medium skilled and it is not a care worker or a senior care worker, use such a person, you can bring your spouse. So now care worker and then you've shifted to another sponsorship, which now falls within the medium skilled job. So you are able to bring your husband, your wife, or your children. Now, Mrs. Subium, if you were on a skilled worker, you were a care worker or a senior care worker, and you moved to another sponsorship license, which is listed as a medium skilled job, then you are able to bring your spouse to the UK, your spouse and children to the UK. It's a bit confusing, but the understanding will come more when I bring the list. Now we go through the list of people who have been classified as medium skilled workers. Now it says, one of the following must be true. You are currently still on a health and care visa. You are extending your health and care visa via your current employer. You are changing to a new job while on a health and care visa, and you are applying for a child born in the UK. If these categories apply and your job is listed on the medium skill route, then you are able to bring your partner to the UK, your children to the UK, but not if you are still in the care worker or senior care worker route. I understand it can be confusing, but next week, Nyame Aduma, I'll print the list. We go through. And once you're on that list, or your current job is on that list, you can bring your partner and your children to the UK. So that is a little change for us. And DJ, I will leave it at that. And then if there are any questions, I'm happy to look at it until a few minutes to 7.
Okay, Lawyer Wisdom Akaoye, that's all the updates we bring. Share live on SVTV Africa. You're streaming live on YouTube channel SVTV Africa. So as soon as you're streaming live on Facebook SVTV Africa and at TikTok SVTV Africa. Make us say maybe a phone line, so no, and share screen, so oh number way, saving number way, maybe a phone line now tomorrow. Lawyer, maybe I say, I say course, and maybe brain to the message say answer course and answer. Question. Oh, a question be our person will be a lawyer. Where you can come on you and be friendly from country be. I'll be some country be as him or non tiasi. Could be some country be immigration rules on tiasi or no be some UK obey you ano. And it's all UK. Then how on the sign? Oh, question be our person will be son and train after say who could be son after program. I know Becca just say. On Becca just send him run a book for appointment. Book. And a book appointment. Question how person will be sad no. Phone line in a maybe at WhatsApp number, Miss Moon Savvy. Mon freno, more TikTok there. First rain you are. Oh, so be sana join your YouTube. Now man the whole screen so no bet me. Afreno, WhatsApp number maybe to maybe obet me after Lawyer Wisdom account. Oh friend Katia me for back. And now money a +233 240-677-898. Only WhatsApp call. Maybe atum. But me just a question be about lawyer. I mean, we say comments. Me want to show. Lawyer, I mean, okay. Me will be lawyer can wait once I train call. No?
Okay, Mr. Boydie Ransford. What about if you are currently on a post-study visa and if you want to switch to health and care visa now, can your dependents be on your visa? Well, as long as it is not the care worker or senior care worker route. Maybe some codes be some time ago. Whatever route you want to go on, don't go on the code, this following codes: SOC 2020 6135, SOC 2020 6136, SOC 2010 6145, SOC 2010 6146. If you are not in any of these codes, yes, over to Medu family Abba. But if you are in any of these codes, unfortunately, you can't. In your case, you are on a post-study visa. So if you want to move to any of the health sector, avoid these codes: 6135, 6136, 6145, 6146, 3536, 4546. Avoid those ones. Then you can apply to bring your partner and children to join you here in the UK. Yes.
Okay, open. Yama akwa lawyer TOY.
Madam Wasi, me question is quick. The question is obi be renewal like ordinary 2.5 so. No renewal. Then you know the man 2 years 8 months. And the first and the second one will be renewed. Now, me say 2 years 8 months no the man. Time bena utimi also 2 years 8 months na so the 8 months no ya na say 2 years 8 months na 2 years 6 months na what so.
Okay.
And another one so they say obi wa hana or wakofa ne beraba mo mpese mo kofa omumaba ne yire na ejina so 2.5 no mpese mo kofa mo mane ba nkwala ni application fee me pacho send.
Okay.
Okay, me da asipa. Me pacho application asitina bena o once and okofa ni lady ni bae.
Lady article to lawyer answer no.
Okay. All right, so it depends. Enti nkamenem asitina na owosuna ebia 2.5 years as a partner. Home office fee the home office fee is, I think, currently is around 1,900 plus. Medium is 402,000. Now IHS no I say it's around £3,020 and not £3,100. And together, you are looking at about 5,200. Just tell yourself £5,000 per child. If it is 2.5 years now. Now, there are some circumstances, say, Abano, Papano a British, and Sana, Wawa Bufrano Ghana. In that case, the child should get a British citizenship straight away. And yeah, Fena, Ukakoye 2.5 years, so I need to know the route on which they are. But I believe from the question now, Bisana, it sounds to me say a partner route. Or say waha and wakofani gelaba and the yaba. So kofabo franaba, it seems to me say 2.5 years. In that case, I pay about £5,000 or more for the child. And now some besides say I might be 2 years, 8 months. Actually, it's supposed to be 30 months, which is 2.5 years, 2 years, 6 months. So I'm out 2 years, 8 months now. You don't have to, you have to apply 28 days before it expires. 28 days before it expires. And assuming that your visa is expiring on the 8th of 8th, 2025, that is a year, and you should have applied on the 10th of July 2025. And the visa no EU and you should have applied last month from the 10th of July. So count 28 days back, 28 days back. And then that is from when it's expiring, count 28 days backwards that you can put in that application. Yes, whatever time you spend will all count towards your indefinite leave eventually. So I don't think you should have too much problem with that. 28 days before it expires, put in that application. Thank you.
Okay, lawyer, now why ye di emu kakra? Your free phone line is say I know about the local base kakra my na brofo no na ya doso. Me ba cho lawyer ti o.
Me pacho me did the man be na me pacho me question is say skilled worker ibia na de buy na ye code de buy ye 6145 e ma metimi ne me kunu buy yetimi de me ma me you to so na ye band ye ntimi amfa mofra na amba but ye bedru ye wie ye no anche na ye COS ne ho ban sensem enti say ye ma ye nya obi a all my sponsorship for but I know yeah 6135 or 6136 na me busa lawyer bi no say no mintimi mfa me manage to so me person me hunu say first one na yeah na 6145 na me manage that so but say na yes san no say no atwam no enti sa na me man me den na me di o maba
Okay.
da ho mpatwan
Me pacho o man omo wa hadita ana fe na opese odi omo ba.
Also man omo had da na afi anse na obeso no mo ba.
there be omo Ghana ye inform my afi nka ye di omo ba.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so we'll share appendix skilled worker and appendix health, your friends, appendix health worker, whatever it is, health care. We'll share a new one. We'll call dependence of a skilled worker. Dependence of a skilled worker. And you go to paragraph 29.1. 29.1a 29.1a me chiro be bia law ni wono no watmi akohwe esi appendix skilled worker 29.1a and it says in SW 29.1a and b P must be applying for entry clearance or permission as a skilled worker sponsored for a job in and it goes to say worker in the job sponsored for table 1 occupation unless P was granted entry clearance or permission as a skilled worker sponsored in SOC 2010 occupation code 6145 care workers and home carers 6146 senior care workers under the rule in place before 2024 11th of March. Near Echreni said, if you had a skilled worker visa before the 11th of March 2024, and you have now moved to any other category in the skilled worker category, because you were already in the UK with a skilled worker visa before the change, you are still able to bring your dependents. But if you had the new skilled or the first COS after 11th of March, then you cannot bring your children or your dependents. But you were already under the law before it changed. In that case, you continue to benefit from the old law, which says you are still able to bring the children to the UK. So you have to go to SW29 1A. I want you to read it yourself. It says you cannot unless you were already on a skilled worker route before 11th of March 2024. Sesanetia obetame edi ubusia for ediaba. Mipacho mejidi se Mayani Claire.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, lawyer TOY.
Okay. Mepacho, my question is, say, we are dependent, Kromuha, na say, say, dependent to know before for so I will Kromuha, now pay so free, dependent rat, no say, call, ebia, or do the nam base of a crown, our own Kromuha, and in which man you stay, Kromuha.
Mipacho, before we come, Mr. Ubano, asitina beno.
Also, Ubano, asitina beno.
Mepacho, me bano is like oye, I'll say, I feel now our best set to Kromuha, the only citizen. Yeah, we know Kromuha.
Ediana ni mame wo.
Ase ni mame wo den.
Ni mame as a killer.
No, na sitina. Another now.
I know mame is you or the COS, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Now, because ni mame ewo COS no so no, abofra no won wo krom ha. Normally, as a set unya asitina na ni mame wo no, ema abofra no nso. Tie ni America no papa. Asitina na ni mame wo no, as a say ye no, ema abofra no nso. Say ye jima abofra no nso a, wa we papa no, nso betime application based on Ubano because Ubano was sitna. Now, so Home Office, they be almost share a choir, Omama, and I'll be sick when I'm person in Pavania asitna. Catch say, Ubano when we crom her only under immigration control. And see, Oman can't have friends say on fi crom hanko. Oman can't have mammy say on fi crom hanko. And to want to make us say, by all means, the same day sitna a map of frana. Now, what Jinan is so, now so I sitna. And no, and now bet media real. But so we application map of frana. Now, our man, a and any mammy 2 years and not 3 years, cana. And it year. Omo the map of frana, also bet to me. I application outside the rules. Now they are based on Ubano so. Possible, but Home Office bet me I can say, Yan Fama Ubano, Yan can't just own Fikroma. And can't tell my son from Oman from Mana, and your woody and so. Any idea, Omodi Ebema. A very smart way the Home Office is thinking that the child is not under immigration control. And you can't just uncle. Now, what I say, you didn't qua or better winning in town. And I won't any Uban in Tavetity and say, oh, Grumha, Unia Sitna, Nimame, Ewa Sitna, or Nimamensna. That is the difficulty you would have. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Tio, a lawyer, Tio.
Oh, okay. Hello, lawyer. Good evening.
Good evening,
Papa. It's a
lawyer. Me pa choppy medical follower for Facebook about I think say na me nya we me din the ofori minta. If you din the akosiminta. Now, lawyer, my application. Yeah. But a renewal, medical renew first one, by second one, by third one. It took me so long. Just every day be I'm a fair lawyer. Even when I say I'm a fair will be crime, I'll catch me say me me lawyer no intro applicant. I'm an or at least also 20 days, you know. Me take home office for Ninka. I'm almost me catch the almost see almost send the letter echo. But 20 days now, Baby Chum. Still now almost your monty or monka. The almost follow up. And you know, I'm not me who dear men but let me what 10-year route no so. And I'm here as I'm say B, I think B1 was a big two, no. And I'm the back 5 years route no so. The 5 years, no. Me last one I'll say anka omode me de we nanka me de go apply for indefinite, no. And then about almost more than 2 years, almost getting to be me 3 years muna me koi. The lawyer na me how do you call it? Me question me person me advice me here free wow waiting me there mamia.
Mame advise you. Sorry, it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
TV so.
Okay.
You're unfortunate, sir. But Mame can no Home Office now saying applications nipping at me check. Uko on the system, Uko Home Office and Uko Google now enter Home Office decision making times. The drop down amount. A be 8 weeks, a be 12 months, a be 6 weeks, different times. Now sometimes say a partner route, you meet all the financial requirements 8 weeks. Say a parent route, now you're on the 10-year route is 12 months. A parent route where you have to meet the financial requirement, it should be less than the 12 months Tamoka. Would you know? You said I check 2 years is a long time. Bibi or a friend of variation of application. Time now we switch it back first. We did about 5 years route no so. So we count if you by payment not 5 years ne do. You can make a fresh application. Your English language B1, your life in the UK, now a fresh application to vary or to change from the 2.5 years to indefinite leave straight away. It's called variation of application. Niente American Sani said, whilst application in that Home Office honor, with time I was no, and that's so echo continuously. Yentin film still no, who does what legally. We shall be a friend of section 3C. HRS so was sitting now your application. Not a culture Home Officer. Still no, was sitting on I had to say elastic, a mutual copy time at Home Office, a better decision. Was sitting on a we. And to say 5 years need to pay not almost your decision. Your life in the UK, your B1, your application for fraud, your friend variation. It needs a legal representation. No why you're year. We are now work about Sano Bio. Home Office for workers, all applications be a no ho. Dear here now person train sign. Catch them so person train first one in sign. We'll see can with channel as a summary finance animal. It can be done. It's technical, but it can be done. Who pair with me a fraying, Nayat Nasi, near a shakwan with me a faso any double. But delay ni dear, and you will lawyer any fault, and you will lawyer any fault. Delay wo ho. Yansu a bit too young. Ya yepi, according how ya throw ya frewom, ya throw ya complain, ya pre-action protocol. I just say Home Officer share that. They just don't want to be to barge or to mind everybody. So in your case, 5 years in this one, go for the indefinite. That will be better than the continuous waiting. Thank you. I mean, feel free and call us. So if you are, we see how best we
Okay, lawyer tell why. Somebody tell.
Good evening. Say ABR no dependent in the Bible. Now, my divorce. My divorce, no, like more Obian country Home Office, ABR, my divorce you. Now, when you switch, bet me the dependent, not how to switch this would be a man.
That is
Okay.
that is a very technical question. And the question wait there, Mr. say, Ebeya, Fred, Namin Jung Kakra, na Ebeya Crabra, Namin Jung, Namimo answer. Mijidi said DJ Yamiti Mase, and the Mesro se Fred. Maminya research kakra na mehwe se metime ma answer na medase me gidi se wuti ma se papa why
Your questions
DJ
why? Your questions why me ya no wow.
to me just me call into my research books and so I just say dear na betimi nullify dear ho na thank you DJ medase pa
In picking next person. Friend me na Ekatia Mefro. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, loyalty why? But show me what TV so what a bit delay. So show me what TV so on. Mute volume no mute TV no lower volume no cry na use phone no why. Inti abema ya kasa ebe chance na wate. Inti with the mute volume no TV no so na use phone no why. Oh loyalty o.
Mpacha sana ma mute ne kra.
Loyalty o.
Mpacha mpesa me bisa say me wo care route ni so but me pese ejuma na nhwe da enye papa bia santin kan pese me registration of business under the care na nanka me shete menya self sponsorship.
yes
The question I don't know.
Like me how to establish my own care agency. Now I'm coming for apply for personal sponsorship.
Okay. Enti tie ni mo no why? Obetimi tie o TV so that's it.
Care agency ni dear me name and who name dear how to establish that. But se wo frame a me wo enamfofo bi omo care agencies and I care care homes. Metimi refer ama obi se omo na onchiro how to have your own care home. But of course, remember say wunyanya sitna and nya dear maybe you meet the requirements to establish a care home. Ebianya obedwen ho ne ye ade for the self sponsorship. Self sponsorship and also require some inputs and also bet me a friend letter no more guidance as to how to go about it. But care home ne dear media may name how to go about it. Let me refer Mobi to assist you as to how, or they can guide you or help you as to how to go about it. Thank you.
Okay, loyalty.
Oh, okay. Lawyer. Good evening.
Hello. Evening.
Yeah. What's your friend Ray? Now, it was that question say like under EU settlement and pre-settlement, you know. So.
OTO.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It's they say no so route somebody by like say automatic extension, you know. And automatic extension, do you have to wait until say yeah like you train and not say like wait my plans it was only 5 years now?
A Kamenko America say once we try 5 years now. Now
I don't know so much
okay. Lawyer, I've realized say kasa omo kasa out ba kasa back omo nti so I want them to ask their question then you answer them when they go off.
Okay. Yeah.
And until they tell no why obey you and why.
Okay.
Say what back amount of 5 years pre-settled status as a family member of an EU national. Now what's not have for 5 years? Who evidence so I just say EU national no. What's not come have for 5 years? If you are for 5 years, and now you have evidence to prove the 5 years residency, and now our settled status. I mean, trying say government any automatic mommy because the Home Office doesn't have so much resources like that. They would always go back to give automatic stuff and checking their records. So 5 years need to now me all the supporting evidence. May application for my indefinite rather than say me trying I'm a government now. and a home office now. I am automatically. A wow choice anyway by media may rather than cemetery say and farmer.
Okay, so lawyer, once I train me who course ni baby want me from back on pick my main questions need be on comment section and yeah now be answer bia. Let me just go back and see.
Hello, hello, Mr. Ankuma. Due to the recent immigration changes, do I still have a chance to get sponsorship with respect to HMPPS, that is prison officer application, as I just started the process? Well, nothing stops you from going ahead, but my whole letter be a prisons for so actual obi. Omaka chen say, Jise or sponsorship license be so with at least 3 months to go. And sana omoteme afana. Sana omuchiro obi a odi bechire me. Obi ane ni situation. Se uwa sitna fufro so a, then of course you can try. But based on the ameme hu ye, a omuchiro obi no, almost say at least 3 months sponsorship license going before they can take that person on. Nothing stops you. We are now man for what? At least you've tried. You've tried. It's better than not to try at all. If you're over here, for all you know, they have a vacancy, and I'm here, it'll be and then you get through it. But don't limit yourself or don't restrict yourself to Enupe. Explore other options. Maybe this is something will come up for you. Why?
Okay, all right. Lawyer Tio.
Yeah, lawyer Pacho, good evening.
Good evening.
Saying
Me Pacho, your friend Patrick. Now, me question I'm person business say. Yan fan say, oh yeah, illegal immigrants. And what's na kruma fan say be about 2 years. Na only obinyima. Say yan fan say at the end of so obane war, only home office ebenya any issue be ana.
Okay. O question I don't know.
DJ, Mami, 1 minute. Mami, be 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, Bisano.
What's only obey enyim? The question is,
Oh, yeah. I say also only obeying.
I was the one be after. Na se because nipa no nyame nipa ne ewo a only home office area any issue ana regarding say we illegal immigrants no and say we illegal no say fancy be oba ne wo na say through you know say udinya won krata home office no be nya problem ho a and na mpese me.
Okay, lawyer.
Thank you.
Explain why.
Sir, what uba? Uba na bia uba ne mama a British citizen. Uba no so be a British citizen in accordance with Emrano. Uwa ha uni asetna. Sa wo pensa wo fa uba ne so a Emrano so wo ho appendix FM wo ho with specific provisions. Ano nso obetimi afa so e di anya wasetna. Sa wunya obi a waye bone bi police for hwehwe ana detention eda wo so ana wa use NHS yama bills setua wentua more than £500 ana bibi poten bi wo ho a eno nti ye hwehwe wa ene emeka se once ya wo ba no oye British citizen, of course only your contact so sanity with a whole lot of other documents so bet me nya of course bet me application only home office any assembly only home office any assembly but some applications here na make say the requirements are very different from one application to another and the hono na be here say only lawyer ebekasa and only no bet na say or say for we bra letter we should say yeni say ansana wa bo bibia no e dia koya application wodi bibia keke ekogumu a wan hwa na say wasam no e dia ma but the fact that we overstay in itself there when you home office enya sambia, if there is nothing else in addition to that, we need problem.
Okay, lawyer, can some of the questions now?
I'll say I plan to overstay my visa and I want to know if the Home Office will give me some cash before they ship me back to Kumasi when when I'm caught. Oh goodness. My advice is don't overstay your visa. That is one. Two. So much you are detention center. Wow, when in your three. If someone else can be cry as a returning person. And yeah, dear, basically, and I would not advise you to put yourself through that. If your mom grab you £1,000 and £2,000, and yeah, dear, don't put yourself in that situation where you overstay your visa. I would not advise you to do that. Thank you. I'll say, can you apply for my settlement 4 months before the 5 years EU? It's possible depending on the date. Who worry, na settlement, you share from the date of the marriage. EU for no is the date of the marriage. Calculations for why, and you share dates ben on worry. Now we UK at the time of worry and now worry and an overdo UK. Uber you worry outside as an Uber. The bank now overdo we EU national no or chrome ha documents ben or settlement or yejuma. And now when in that's war our in a gua. How many years now waiting at chrome ha? How many years now are in AD? At the end, it just no chrome ha at the time of the divorce starting. Evidence when so it's a bit of documents here and there. But straight question, straight answer, and it's a 5 years. Won't mean 4 months before the 5 years. But where to calculate the 5 years from and as I said, lawyer Ebuao to do before you put in the application. Hello, if you are Kunedu. I'm late today. Yeah, you are. I want to ask if it's true there will be DNA after giving birth. Please, how true is it? Usha Home Office guidance policy on DNA. I say it is not mandatory and I am compulsory set bisa for DNA. And actually also said Home Office officials and sese bisa DNA. So one kasa person ye DNA there would can one. I need there a one kasa case. But and sese Home Office officials should not take DNA samples. Home Office officials should not ask for DNA. So say policy necessary. As far as the policies are concerned that I'm aware, still no, and yet compulsory say obey DNA. Niametimi can say sometimes say papai awoniba mameno na enya sitna eya na omodwen say kratenti ena papa no esi abofra ne yeniba. And even though omon kan tro say koye DNA no ombeka say we suggest, and if you want to prove your case, even though DNA is not compulsory, DNA is not compulsory, so who pair who bet me a DNA at their supporting application. Sana ya omo eka. But it is not compulsory, sir, obey a DNA to support your application. Who pair, obey, who penswa, unye. Bet me your interview to establish whether the relationship between wo and the wubano and a papano and any bano are genuine before they make the decision. All right.
Okay. Lawyer Theo, caller.
Yeah, hello, lawyer. Good evening.
Good
The
evening.
patrol we could have settlement EU for 5 years. And me application ekofa na me yakofa we my spouse said me ba aba of which almost deny me. Mabusa lawyer that I'm on the Odika catch him. So who could have press settlement in the had with my family with my family just on your ILR no Matia in was a but then people see me who say me refund no dabe ne beba a chance and an ascend obviously a refund no because of say sika no say lawyer nim that ana e wo so kakra nti no na is a me hwe ni so mo de bema nti no ane me problem
I'm amount to you sika on.
Because what can be man can be my dear said if you to see it's been kawanza was some the idea.
Okay, lawyer be you are no idea no.
Application ben we any one. So we application no under EU law now and no dear won't share free. But me jidi say we application under UK law and no no two fees. But who the application fee I think 1,900 and something. Me my friend the 2,000. Now which IHS no so I don't see a 3,000 plus. IHS need the refund amount, but application fee need the refund. They don't refund application fee, which is about 2,900 plus. No, it is non-refundable. IHS, which are IHS, and no dear, they'll refund that to you. Normally 20 days or so. And Maya, Mr. Go online and request for a refund of your IHS. You have to input the IHS reference number now, IHS number now into it. Go online, do refund, request a refund of IHS back. That is only and only if you paid the IHS. If you didn't pay the IHS, then don't expect that they'll refund the application fee. That one is non-refundable. Thank you.
Okay, caller. Lawyer Tio.
Lawyer, Bacho, good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Na Bacho, who are there?
Yeah, Tio.
I learn Bacho, Besse, me coffee na amount kuta me 5.
Oh.
The line article.
Line article. I network ana.
Hello.
Also paso coffee na den.
I am maybe the 5,000 medical amount of 5,000 or more hame.
One say me go. O tie me o TV no so yes delay kasa. TV na o tie me was so no low dum no kra na mute no lower volume no.
But my meeting no.
My meeting no. If dey kasa. Also dying.
And be say me 5,000 shame hoko normal or more hame.
Normal 5,000 they wait me their call without any problem. In fact, wait me the up to 10,000 a call. But make sure
okay, so I want kan to the tier see how bet me be volume no why. E o TV so no tie no why o you are no why.
Okay.
Okay, lawyer anti na no no until.
Anti response ni say wait me the 5,000 a call problem be any home. But wait me the even up to 10,000 pounds a call. But make sure say who receipts, who withdraw bank, make sure who withdrawal receipts now. Eka ho. I just say CK uyi ewo bank receipts na and it has to add up to the 10,000. But with the 5,000 kwa and there won't be problem be over to media call without any problems. Why? Edison Donaldson. Please, when the Home Office serves you 2 months to get a switch, and the 2 months was over and you did the application maybe 7 days after the date, can you have problems in the decision making? Yes, you can have problems in the decision making. There is something we call, I think section, is it 39 or so? Normally, was it naniwa? Over to my application within 14 days. 14 days after your visa has expired. But you have to give a good reason in tier when to me and yet before it expired. And to say, oh, good reason. And until I went to me and yet 7 days after expiring, we are provide that evidence with the application. You might be fined now you get through with that. Why? Okay, Mr. Kwame Kusi, hi. I see I made 20 years private law application and it's 18 months now. I use NHS and they gave me a 4,500 to pay, but I did not pay. Is that reason why it's long? You mean you use the NHS? I used the NHS and they gave me 4,000. Okay, you use the NHS and they gave you invoice of 4,500. Say, chia, when chia. Into business, and non our application I could check our home office corner and 1.5 years and not necessarily applications check now saying a BAD 1 year plus. I don't say would you maybe it just happens to be one of those ones now at channel. So decision maker no acquire decision not on who say with the NHS car or betro no catch you say as a set would cheer home office, no home office, IHS Sikano. So unya 4,500 ninya ATR. My advice ni say, when NHS no mum go into agreement, payment plan. Please go into a payment plan with the NHS. Catch them say unye juma, of course, unya sit nanti unye juma. Ebian crofobin and support you kakra, which is normally the case. And ebia wono. Abia £100 a month and now £50 a month and I'll bet me here. We'll catch them now. Make sure that you keep your side of the bargain. £50, make sure say in that case you'll be fine. Me anywhere I will get into that arrangement now and sana case where can aba be same in go into some arrangement with the NHS and be paying the money down. £20 a month in poor omeji. Kakran na wudi tia. Basa wo bo eni egu so kra wontia kra de. Se case where can picking it up, it can affect your application. That may not be the reason why your application is taking long, but it can be a reason why your application may be refused if you don't pay or you don't have any arrangement with the NHS to pay. So please make that arrangement. John Agbe, my man is planning to take on extra 20 hours. Please, can you outline the nuisances in line with future indefinite leave to remain application, considering the current laws? 20 hours in the same area is okay, it's permitted, it's allowed. Once on it, the main sponsor, now 20 hours in another related field, no, and your problem still no. So time to do for indefinite, it should be fine. Sly, I have a friend who is a dependent. Their postgraduate visa just expired 2 weeks ago. The main applicant is now married. Can he apply for a school? If the main applicant is married, he can switch to his partner route. That is what the law allows. So I worry not, sir. Or see the visa expired 2 weeks ago. The question is, application now and sign on the visa new we and visa new we and sign or apply. So visa new we and sign or apply, unfortunately, about affecting them because or illegally. But and sign and not others who are legally on switching to the partner route. On your partner route, nearly 2.5 years new year. I bet me I school, but of course, obey your school fees as a foreign student. But say this anyway 2 weeks. We're worried not on any visa or leave right now on to me and call school because he's here illegally. If the other things I've said do apply. Thank you. Boy D. Ramsford. Please repeat the code for me. If I want to switch from post visa to any healthcare, whatever it is. Okay. The codes are SOC 2020 6135. SOC 2020 6136. SOC 2010 61 45 and SOC 2010 6146. 6135 6136 6145 6146. These 4 codes no. Ena uko insider untumi emfa dependent enka wo ho. Wankasa de ubetumi aswitch but untumi fa dependent enka wo. Hala, does the new salary threshold affect HMPPS? That is prison officer sponsorship role. I suppose so. Once it affects skilled workers and so, I believe so. Otherwise, meteme I check him out and I'll direct you to where to check. You can call me on Monday. I'll get us to check, and that also helps us to be up to date. Now you tell me, Ama, anybody else who needs advice in that sector. So please call on Monday on 0208 0165 384 0208 0165 384. Then we can update you and ourselves. Ifya Kunedu, I have applied for my newborn British book, but it's 3 weeks now. Please, is there any reason why it's taking long? I don't see why it should take 3 weeks, but sometimes ebia nipana SSA or confirming the counter signatory. So delay no then it can take more than 3 weeks. If the person delays, then it can take time. But the counter signatory, I confirm it, was signing BBR, then I think it should be straightforward. Unless otherwise, yes, some checks and sana, they make a decision. It is possible. British passport, no, say no answer no, they do a lot of checks to be sure, say, yeah, I demand the right person in see. So we try one more week, then Maya, follow up with them. This one, I'm sure they would update you as to why it's taking long. Theophilus Adai J, hi. Can one make an application that's leave to remain under skilled worker for his or her 1-year baby born in the UK without a passport? Well, if the child is born in the UK, it is possible because I will share application forms ni biswa. Amo Bisase, was the child born in the UK? Ubetiki yes. And Amo Bisase, does the child have a valid passport? Ubetiki no. They asked, was the child born in the UK and has never had a passport? Ubetiki yes. If that option is there, then you take the yes. So that option anywhere, I would advise the passport manner and sign a wire application. Thank you, DJ. Just a few more questions. Please, can someone in Ghana come to UK with auxiliary nursing and nursing assistant using the 6131 code? I suppose so, because this code is not in the codes I mentioned. It's not in the 613536414546. So yes, it appears to me that yes, it is possible, but you need still to have a sponsor. But remember, sir, there is a ban on health and care recruitment from overseas up to 2028. So ensure that it's not within this banned catchment area. And now, say, if it is with the NHS, that I'm sure might be different rather than the health and care sector, no, the normal health and care sector. With the NHS direct, that may be a bit different. I still need to follow, check on this anyway. Okay, Krista Belly, is it Bell? Forgive me if I haven't pronounced it well. Can someone apply for a Zambrano carer for a British child born in the UK if the person is related to the child? Related to the child in which way? Is it mother? Is it father? If it's mother, go under the UK rules. If it is father, go under the UK rules. Zambrano talks mostly about I know it's not quite a very, very complicated area. It could be possible, but I would advise that you go under the rules rather than going under the derivative residence route. So, but you can call us. Let me have Fred again 0208 0165 384 0208 0165 384, and then we can explore more options for you, either under the Zambrano, if it is applicable, or under the immigration rules. DJ, thank you very much.
All right, Lawyer Wisdom Akao Wiseman solicitors. Your time are so the numbers the good screen so no office line and the mobile number. Yeah, that say more free, yeah, more questions about yeah. I hope say we'll try so when you answer questions maybe next week. Now they are brand now you are no. Madam as a lawyer, office location, London, Dawson Junction, Dawson Den, McDonald's.
Thank you.
The print house.
The print house, yes. Why Smart Solicitors? Yeah, well, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 the print house. 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 the print house. Dalston, London, postcode near E8 3DL. Telephone numbers near 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. And any office number now. Yeah, well, behind the McDonald's, close to the Dalston Market. To do McDonald's, where huge building be wo motophobia park any bicycle phobia park wo and to farm Muntemwa, you turn left, you walk on that pavement 30 seconds. Where do you don't know? You throw a print house 18 to 22 Ashwin Street. Who friend our bar, you better show. And yen sounding na yet all the all the law. This platform so but Uber near Tnasia. Now you just say when you hear document where you hear na it meet the abwa near your application now. Edia Mama. You are Dalston Junction behind the McDonald's. Print house 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 the print house. Thank you, DJ. Akwe. Maune Yira. Maune Jomo. Maune small. Maune Jomo where next week. God bless. Thank you.
Mochum. Phone number so chawe aloche.
07931 411 042. 07931 411 042. And Noji mobile number, office number Noji 0208 0165 384. Maune Jomo.
Akao Wiseman solicitors. Yeah, then I say every Fridays we are no unyam ready. Church we bring information we bring. Makacha mo say utie bi ebe boa ebi mo omuntie sa nyama we. Obeti say obi say. Akoya wrong thing. Aya information is very important. Omo tie mi obi comment ko na oka bibi. Se metimi hu na oka say otie mi no lawyer boa na otimi enya ne bibi sa. Mi hu obi comment earlier. Na ga be say me ma lawyer kan po. Lawyer mi hu bibi na me say me ma kan but say escape me. I wanted to see if I can put that one. Lawyer we mom but you will comment be no because a lawyer boa no say bibi sir. Comments in the doors move and check me now me who earlier but anyway me da say intimation na me can me do me now show me program sir. E be bi we ni connection for in there. You go fit do your own thing. And now say you will get obenya idea information obenya idea enya idea wuni idea menim ba utie a be more idea na wankasa we proceed ayo akohwehwe bibia o net no so but e ba no practical na no lawyer mo o de na theory u ba ko kenkan ni ade at least utie bi obeti ase be ba technical lawyer be ka say technical we no omo technical codes bo mu use ebedu baby no wadwene ebedu baby your cases bu wadwene ebe pim uye hemfa enum so consortium but ebi ti say o fill application form ti say o person ko UK ni sanya man dey be koko e dey plenty enum ni no hard invitation vivi visa ni I don't know that one we chingon photo buy work bi mo you go need more experience no matter what you say. Anyway, Madam I say some share mamu follow and they be SVTV Africa fans ya Madam I say mamu share or TikTok mamu share or Facebook SVTV Africa and a main channel SVTV Africa or YouTube mama subscribe to your channel share videos I hope say they be an eboamo across the world the hinfa links you know be akasa countries bang everywhere Ghanaians dey SVTV Africa you won't go for and baby I'll show me be up so ba me show no so bia obetimi aba so be ebi mo ho a person be share mo experience obetimi contact me numbers there o hwe ma me fa we into so ba ku ni mienu your +233 244 790902 and your +233 240 6778988 two numbers there oko your Facebook I'll be we wo oko your YouTube channel I'll be two numbers oko your website and production teams me more website your website stories go up your church on there but almost me mboso oko svtvafrica.com your website boss is here I'll be your numbers or be read the article stories near there and say but me join here them I say open me show news we are link your DM me show me TikTok open show news be just DM or number oh SVTV, I want to come on your show. Asa, now DM me. Don't talk plenty. You have a contact. Don't long talk. Or just DM me. But say about show super. But me DM WhatsApp. So send a voice note and I send a WhatsApp message. I beba me ho. And how on say now friend na friend they be disappointed. I just na me kasa na me interview now so fresh I'm responding. It go hard. I need them say calls me juma. Ja voice note and a WhatsApp message. Me responding. Send a message be me hu a wo dey be high biom. E be ba top. E be ba suru me hu. Me responding. Madam I say mo share nyina TikTok for madam I say mo follow yen na mo follow yen on YouTube so on action you learn more. TikTok there. Na videos the teasers na Google. Madam I say some share Mama join YouTube nya madam I say I hope say program where dey ba na aboamo me hu say bibre na aboamo madam I say wa bantem na me adoma next week na our bantem 6:30 5:30 Ghana time GMT 5:30 to 7 me ma shout out there God First Media big shout out Jerry Banti thank you so much if you are connected me that say Daniel Bacha me that say is it Krista Bella? Is it Krista Belli or say Krista Sly? Thank you so much. Edison. Me that so joining Richard Bright. Me that say Theophilus. Me that say if you are okay, me that say Sly. Oh, Ariam. Is it Ariam? Ariam Ankuma. Me that say Ransford. Buedi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Jeff Ado. Me that say Kwame Kusi. Me that say oh. John Agbe, thank you so much. Big ups. Instagram only for what? Instagram only fan stars. Instagram only fan stars. Hey, people do. My wife beats me. Thank you so much, Samuel Atta. Thank you so much. Josephine Kiki, thank you so much. Dimple, thank you so much for joining today. And as for me, watching me, that's Teria Michael. Big ups. Asante Wisdom, me that's so joining here. Junior Yao, thank you. Abena me that's so joining here. Richard Sego, thank you so much. Links Francis, thank you so much. Buedi Ransford, Asante Wisdom, thank you so much. Highest J, big ups. Kweku Abuaje, Ifya, thank you so much for joining. Sewa Blessings, thank you so much. Seth Nook, thank you so much. Natford 2K, is it Obaga? Obaga, thank you so much. Kwachum, thank you so much. Dave Davison, Mami, Big up to you, mommy. Kofi, me da se mo amu join me live nyame da ma se FM DJ nyame. Ushia mo kroma ka se tour na ma jisu tour. Me hu say na ebi mo wa me hu say I think I saw a post today on Facebook. One more share your YouTube nyama ya there. I think say nani nansa me here lady be interview. Na the way in the back door no you find a solution a man no counselor be. Me I say there, you know, cause I don't think say I can say you they do things for back. Many lady near interview, you know, me who comment be I think say Facebook, and the guy was saying say, "Anya beman ebu mo say anya beman cause anya me say nipa me show no am share me hinta asem ni ade nipa na me ni ba show no so no. For security reasons, inti me man a voice name ba out sa ma wonte ma hu nipa kro." So I don't know share YouTube the omu nyina my idea. But Facebook for no short video. I think say they don't understand. Oh, it's a bema, it's a bema. I'll be came war. Or mom share YouTube me share comments and them say motiase. So we ba na sembia ebiemu ye do serious ye be hiding identity. Meme de say tie wo futu obi wa afama no. But say obetnya ne natural voice ne de ye be sesa no. Omo share me hint ante mami de follow enti omo share hint asem ni they know say omo YouTube they understand but me say na we dey call say bema voice ebi why it me say son obo so voice ni be dan it say bema banye bema voice oba voice because of yem pesa obi hu nipa ko ode tie ni experience tie also wo bibia opese na adwenkyere bi wo opese wo kan obetimi a kyere wa adwen me comment section ko fo bebre kyere ma adwen nti your programs today I know say new ones no more but no more follow you new no maybe they will understand nti me share YouTube na me hu lady ni video mo so I say obia nim say yes I say me go for be me go for be ma chana me ni ndi nkomo na me sambe too no I don't have time for those things. Madam I say Samuel SBTV Africa FM DJ nyame Ushamo Kroma ka say tour no majisu tour.
Hi there, my name is Calipos, the only boss with one S. Happy new month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of Tap Send. People, Tap Send is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana, if you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Send on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on Tap Send.
Tap Send. Send more, spend less.